Hey there, Wonderfully Cheesesteak here, back inside Titanfall 2, and today I'm doing for the last time Off the Beaten Path Collector in every nook and cranny, aka all 46 Titan pilot helmets. Fun stuff. So anyway, first and foremost, we're starting off in the Pilot's Gauntlet, the very first mission, aka the training mission. Now, as you will see here, I'm kind of speeding all the way through this, mainly because this is not the area you need to be in. What we need to do is go to the final area where this is. So this is the final area where the last two enemies are. So we're going to kill this guy real quick, just so he's out of our way. Take care of that guy real quick. And we're just going to jump on over to this platform. And we have to jump over to this area. And then finally jump on over here. Once we do that, that'll be our first pilot helmet. Now we're in BT 7274, the second mission of the game. And we are going on through here. Now this is a very unavoidable helmet. You will actually see it here. You'll see one of these guys. They're annoying as all heck, and you will see them, and of course, you know, if they run correctly, they'll fall right off a cliff. Anyway, so, as you can see, I'm just looking down there real quick. See, is this an insta-death, or is it more or less of a, yeah, if you fall down there, you have to go all the way around. So you will see this drop pod over here with a Titan pilot helmet sitting right all cozy here. Just go ahead and grab it, and that'll be your first of two for this mission. After you grab the second power core, we're actually going to head on out. And as you can see here, I do, in fact, do a little editing here, as you may have seen. And we're just going to go ahead and grab this second one over here after doing some wall running and some extra jumping. So we are now in Blood and Rust. If you watched my previous guide, which was Close Shave, actually it was the one before that one, you will remember this area. Now, as soon as you save those two dudes, I am doing this on easy, as this makes it so much easier for me, mainly because I don't have to worry about getting shot. We're going to jump on out and climb on top of here. And now, on top of these pipes, we're actually going to go right on through here, fall down here, and of course we're going to see the next helmet sitting pretty right there. So we are going into the next area. This is not much further on. We're actually in this first area where we have to open this grate here. Don't go for the controls right away. I do speed this up because you do have to destroy those Titans, otherwise, you know, reasons. So we're going to go on up here. Now, after you get through here, we're going to look on the top of that tank. The tank is where we want to go. And just be careful on some of these IMC guys, especially if you're playing on a higher difficulty. You want to do this all in one run. It is physically possible to do all these achievements in one run. Wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it. Jump on top of this pipe, and you can jump on top of this tank, and that will get you your next helmet. Number 3, you actually have to cross this gap right here. Careful, if you do fall, you'll have to restart from a while back. So anyway, you get across here, you may have to do a little finagling like you saw me do there. We're going to go up this pipe, and we're going to have to jump across to the other side. Now, how do we get to the other side? We're not going that way, we're going this way. So go ahead and you have to double jump here just right to grab the rail and clamber on up. And you can grab the next Titan helmet. Well, pilot helmet. Moving on, you have now entered this area. You've now cleared it all out. And all the enemies are dead. Now what we have to do is now cross this gap. This may take you a few tries, maybe one at all. So we are going across here and through this. Please tell me that was text. Oh, it was. And we're going to go through here, and we're going to have these robots to kill. These guys, you know, because they like blowing up. So make sure you just kill them real quick. And again, if you're playing on a lower difficulty, it makes it a lot easier, mainly because you don't have to worry about dying quickly. That's the reason I recommend playing this on an easier difficulty when doing the collectibles. That way you're not, you know, under tons of pressure and everything. So we're going to look out over there, and there is our next one. So what we're going to want to do is wall jump our way on over. And jump on over to a pipe. We can clamber on this pipe right here. We're going to jump over to the other one and then grab the next helmet, which is number 6, actually 4 of 6. So later on, there should be a Kraber sniper rifle. We're going to have to go through this door anyway. It's upon the linear path. You don't have to really worry about it. But once you do, you're going to find these areas right here. Go ahead and go on up here and try and get your way up here. Now, this did take me about 3 or 4 tries, as you will see here in a few seconds. Because up here you can see that robot is. That's where the helmet is. It may take you a couple of tries. Don't fret. There's no enemies here. So you don't really have to worry about it that much. Again, as you can see, it takes me a couple tries. I will note that I did grab one helmet by accident earlier. So actually I got stuck there. I actually found that kind of funny. I did manage to get up here, and once I finally did, the helmet's up here as well as a grenade launcher. So go ahead and grab that grenade launcher if you think you need it. So now we are in the sewage waterfall. You will know exactly where this is. It's upon the linear path. Our final helmet for this mission is up there. Please note that, again, I have already grabbed one. This will be number 9. Number 10 will be the next mission. If you have not grabbed any pilot helmets already, this will be your 9th. Just a reminder. Again, I actually derfed that one big time, as you saw right there. Yeah, that's me. So anyway, I did a second try on this just because I did this perfectly the first time around. You know, doing a second playthrough, mainly it's that little bar right there screwed me over. So anyway, what we're going to want to do is, instead of just double jumping on over, we're going to wall jump on over. Now please remember that the sewage will hurt you and possibly kill you. And that'll be your final one for this mission. And if you have in fact collected one already before, if you have, that'll give you your first 15 Gamerscore collectible achievement for finding 10 of these guys. Moving on, we are into the Abyss. There are 3 sections to this mission. This is the first section of the mission. Now you will start off with a shotgun pistol, which is not half bad. I don't know about multiplayer for it, but work with it. So anyway, we're just going to follow the regular mission as we would normally. And as soon as we get to this area right here, look straight forward, and in this little alcove over here will be our first helmet for the mission. And you will see a different number in the when you pick it up. Actually, for this one, I believe it's 3, if I'm right. Oh, nope, it's 4. So the first section has 4 helmets. So anyway, as soon as we step out of the grotto, I've actually stepped out of it right here. That's where we just picked it up. So if we do look out, we're going to head straight forward underneath this little, looks like a little research prefab shelter, if I'm using my Mass Effect terminology correctly. That's just what it looks like. So anyway, we're going to want to jump on over here to the other side. And over on the other side, there's a couple of weapons over there, you can actually find your second helmet right over here. So as soon as you grab it, just make sure you do. I did have a little bit of trouble grabbing it, as you can see. That'll be your second of 4 for this section. So you will now come to this section. You'll unlock an achievement for completing this section anyway, and once you do, you'll come to this manufacturing site. What you want to do is head straight down. Just be careful of those things, as they will push you into a wall and kill you. And again, there are some enemies here with rockets, so just make sure you take them down quickly. And if you're playing on a higher difficulty, again, that's why I recommend playing on a lower difficulty. That way, again, there's a little stress instead of just, I'm just going to kill everybody. And it doesn't matter anymore. And it's not that difficult, just, that's the reason why I'm kind of goofing around and, ooh, Steve's got a new sale. Moving on, keep an eye on some sales right now because, you know, end of the year stuff. And Christmas. Yay, Christmas. Bought some stuff for myself. So anyway, we're going to come down this hallway as we would to continue on with the mission. And look at those pipes. Don't they look peculiar? I can't speak today. Record a bunch of guides today. We're going to come around this pipe. Just be careful you don't fall off. It took me a couple tries to get this right. And go ahead and grab the pilot helmet. And that'll be our third of 4 for this section. Now, our 4th and final one for the first section of this mission will be in this area. You'll see a weird cut because I actually died. So what we want to do is jump on out and head on down over here. Now, do note you can die, so just make sure you do take this correctly in such a way that you can make it. I did cut it, so again, you can make this. You can wall jump and wall run your way into that little corner, and then you can just fall right down here. You're going to have to clamber your way back up or just restart checkpoint, and it'll be your final one for the first section of the mission. Now, if you complete the mission, the previous mission, and move on into the next one, you will come into this area where you're riding some pipes. You'll have to come down here anyway. This is a part of the linear path. You'll come across these walls here, and you'll see the pilot helmet over there. You can actually use this pipe here to get on over. Just be careful you don't fall off, because if you do, that's an insta-death. You'll have to restart from checkpoints. Don't know how far back you'll restart. But anyway, if you jump on over here, as you can see I do, and you can just pick up the helmet, and it'll be your first of 3 for the second section of the mission. Moving on, we are now on the assembly room floor. You will have to do this anyway. This is after you can see all this has been assembled. You will come into this section over here. Actually, I will highlight it. Now, you will stop over here where that current one is currently sitting, that current prefab house. Now, when you get to that point, you have to jump on that upper section. Do be careful, though. You will die if you let any of the spider bots touch you, even if on a lower difficulty. That's what makes it a bit difficult. Actually, threw a grenade down there to keep as many of them away from me as possible. Again, we're going to want to be careful. As you can see, these guys got a little pesky with me. So, you know, you can see one of those spider bots right now. But anyway, I do, in fact, go on up over there. This is actually where it is. I actually derfed it the first time. I luckily did not die, much to my pleasure. So anyway, we're going to have to jump up there. I do apologize for any fan whining in the background. My computer's updating. I haven't operated this thing in 2 weeks. So anyway, that'll be our second of third for this section. Now, when you get to the vertical wall, you know exactly when you get here. It's hard to miss. You'll have to continue this way to continue on with the mission anyway. It's not completely off the beaten path. So as you can see over there, there's our helmet. So what we want to do is wall run across this area, and then we can just grab it right over here, and this will be our third and final one for this mission. The next mission has 2. Now, there's only 2 in this one. This is in the third section of the mission. What we first of all have to do is activate this rotator. Once we do that, you can actually see the helmet up there right now. So a couple of things we spat out. You can actually see it from here. And as you can see, you'll see a weird jump cut because I actually did things wrong. So anyway, gonna go on, jump up here, jump on across, and you'll actually see that guy fall out. I restarted checkpoints. You actually restart right here if you fall off. You have to jump up to the second one right here in order to get enough altitude. We have to wall run and then double jump up here. And then we have to do something similar over here, or you can just double jump. And this will be our first of 2 for this section of the mission, or the third section of Into the Abyss. Moving on, we are in the final area where we have to meet up with BT again. This is not, it's actually right over there. You actually cannot miss this. Actually, you can miss the helmet, but you can't miss this section. So anyway, we're going to go on, jump over here. And once we do, we have to time this just right. And once we see it, we can go ahead and double jump on over, keep wall running, double jump a second time, and once we get over here, we can then grab this helmet, and that gives us our second helmet. So, in Effect and Cause, fun one. This is a 3-parter as well. However, most of these can be grabbed in the first section alone. So anyway, these ones can be grabbed in the first or third section. Just please note that. So anyway, the first pilot helmet is actually up there. You'll actually see me finagle this one a lot. I get really close, and you have to wall run on these glass dividers, as you can see right here, and you'll have to get over there. Now, this actually gets a little irritating. As you can see, this is my 3rd or 4th attempt. I can't really tell because my computer's being a little dick. But anyway, that's my 3rd attempt. I finally grabbed it. Now, there are 2 in this section alone. There's, again, first one's right there. Second one's on top of that lamppost. And what we have to do is get up on top of this lamppost. Once we have done that, it's taken me at least 2 tries again, because I derfed that one big time. Luckily, these aren't that bad. There are no enemies in this specific section, at least in this courtyard area, at least when you get here the first time. Once you grab it, that will be your second. So now we are on part 2. This is after we grab the trans warp device. I'm just going to call it that. And once we have done that, we can now swap between the past and the present. So, as you can see, past, present. This actually will help us immensely. So we are now in the past, and as you can see, I cut later. We are in the elevator area. So first of all, we have to swap to the past to get up into this elevator shaft. Once we have done that, we can then swap back to the present, where the helmet is located. It's actually above us, a little ways up. So we're going to have to wall run our way on over, turn around, and that's where I just stopped, is where we actually continue on with the mission. Go ahead and grab it, and this will be our first of 6. Or first of 3, sorry. So after we see the log right here, we're going to walk on out, and you can see this laser grid across the way. Now, as you can also see, there is fire. So anyway, you have to actually go down there later to continue on with the mission anyway. So let's just make sure you grab this on the way over. So that is our second, I believe, of 6. Or 5, I can't really tell. So anyway, we have now viewed the audio log in that area, and we are continuing on. Now, down this hallway are some machine gun turrets. Again, this is why I recommend playing on a lower difficulty. They don't kill you as easy. So what we have to do is go into the past and get up there. That's where the helmet is. So once we have used the past, get in here with the helmet, hit the present, as you can see, and now we can grab the helmet. And that'll be our 3rd helmet in this section. Now we are in cryo storage. As you can see, there's a laser grid here. What we want to do is go through the laser grid after you go into the past, or the present, jump into the past, and then across here, jump into the past once, or the present once more, and you can grab the helmet. That'll be our 4th of 6. Now this one actually took me, this will be my 25th. For most of you, will be 24th if you have not collected any of them to begin with. That'll be another 15 gamer score for you. So again, we are back inside of Effect and Cause. And you can see that one right across the way, right over there. Now this is what I failed on numerous times by accident. Not much I could really do about it, really. So anyway, we're going to come on over here and swap to the past real quick. Make sure you don't die in fire. So first of all, just time it. So double jump, grab it, and if you do it right, you can just get across there. So that'll be our 5th one. So I have fast forwarded slightly. Now we're going to go into the final one. This is at the exit. So again, we're going to have to do some wall running. Wall run over here, time skip to this other one, just make sure you don't do that wrong. And then finally, time jump one last time to the past and make sure you don't die in fire, because fire is bad, okay? So we're going to go into the past, the present one more time, wall run across this wall, and we can grab our final helmet for effect and cause. Again, if you haven't gotten the other two in the previous mission, you'd have to do it in the next one, mission 3. So we are in the beacon. This is part 1, I believe, or it's part 2. I can't exactly remember, but there's a few in here. So we're going to grab this guy right here. This will be our first of 2. Now we're going to go over to when we actually grab the fusion device. I can't remember exactly what it's called, the fusion tool or something like that. From this robot, you can either punch him and grab it, or you can just take it from him and make him feel sad. You're a horrible person. So anyway, we're going to want to disable this one right here, this little fan. This fan will push you into a wall if you don't get across there fast enough. And we're going to come across this way. Once we have come across this way, we can now open this door. Once we have opened this door, that'll be this thing you can activate. Now before we do that, I'm going to show you where you have to aim. So you have to aim approximately right here, and you have to double jump at the top of your jump. So do not jump, activate, push forward, and then jump again once you get to the peak of your height. If you miss it, just redo it. It's an easy fix. Now we are in the second area. We are now back in the outside area. And I'm using Ion right now, but that's just my personal choice. So we are now going over to this area over here. And of course there will be another Titan kit, so make sure you go ahead and grab that as you are going up and over. And just make sure you grab it for another achievement. I'm not doing a guide on that. They're all very blatantly obvious. So anyway, you have to open that area anyway for our good pal BT. As you can see, I'm going to open it for him so I can continue on right after I get this helmet. So what we're going to do is jump on top of this. It may take you a couple clambering attempts, and we're going to get on top of this facility right here. Now we're going to go ahead and run across and grab the helmet that's next to this pillar. Now for the next one. The next one's a pain in the ass. I am not kidding. So what we're going to have to do is we have to run across that and get up there. So what I did is I actually found another way. We're going to climb on top of these boxes. We're going to come over to this side. Now, as you already saw where the helmet was. You have to actually get over to that pillar to our right-hand side. So what I did is I jumped over to this wall ran, jumped over here, ran around it a bunch of times, just double jumping and everything. And next, we can just get right on over here and we can grab the helmet. I should also note this one has the most helmets in the entire game. This is the beacon section, mission subsection. So anyway, we're going over the BT as he will now get us on over to the next section. So he will throw us on over, and this one is actually kind of hidden in plain sight. You actually have to open it, and it is actually next to a weapons cache. So if you need some extra weapons, you got some extra weapons. So we're actually going to travel on over, and we're going to equip our fusion tool and go on over here. Now in the lower level, there will be this door. Open the door, and we can grab this helmet. And I believe there's actually a weapons cache in here as well, over to our right. That'll be our 4th of 9. Now continuing exactly from where we left off, see there's a weapons cache right there, we're going to head on over here. Now again, we're progressing for the most part with the mission. So we're actually going over to this crane as we do have to get over here. Actually, we don't actually have to use the crane. So what you can do is not wall run. What you can do is power slide and jump at the very end. You can actually get over here without editing really much of anything. We're going to open this door, and we're going to run on up these stairs. You can actually open this door if you want. It doesn't really matter. What we need to do, though, is actually, you'll see me cut it there for a second. We have to jump on top of this little pillar right here, these little box pallets. Then we're going to wall run up here, and we're going to jump on top of this little section, and then we're going to grab the helmet. And that'll give us our 5th of 9 for this section. Now, this is the one I grabbed by accident. I had to redo this because I thought that my DVR was actually recording, so I said, like, Xbox, record that. And it didn't want to record. So first and foremost, we have to move the crane over this way. The helmet is actually on the middle section of the area up there. I just unfortunately did not grab it. The footage, I mean, I didn't grab the footage. So anyway, we're going to actually just get on up here. It actually takes me a couple attempts, mainly because of, you know, finagling and shit. So anyway, it's actually right up there. I'm actually just going to show you how to get up there. I actually can't show you where the helmet is exactly. It's on top of this little building right here. Can't miss it. Moving on, we have now completed this one, and we have now moved the crane, actually, or we're going to. So we have gotten through the next section with those curly Q buildings that we have to basically wall run up. We're going to move this on over so we can get going. Actually, I moved it a little too far there. But you can then move it right there, and you can just jump on across. Once you have done that, just go ahead and wall run across, and we're going to enter this door. And instead of heading across there, we're going to head on and jump up here, and there will be our next helmet, which will be number 6 of 9. 69. So anyway, in our final section, we are now in the area where you get Robot Army, if you have not gotten it already. Which, by the way, grab it if you haven't. This is my second attempt doing it anyway. So anyway, we're going to come on up here. We have to do a little wall running. We have to jump into this section right here. I actually jump a little bit too far and totally derf it. So then next, actually, is that one down there, remember. And we get up here. And sitting at the edge of this area right over here will be our next helmet. This will be number 7 of 9. So, moving on, we're doing number 8. We're doing the next one. So we have just gotten back with BT, and he's going to throw us up the tower. So we have just come back to BT. And again, I got the sniper here so I can show you exactly where the next one is. We actually do go up here. It's unavoidable, again, similar to one of the other ones, as I may have mentioned before. As you can see, it is right up there. So we're going to go ahead and use BT, and we're going to get on up there. So he's going to go and chuck us up to the next level. That is way too high for us to even wall run to. So once we do get on up here, we're going to actually go around this little area here, head on over across this little pathway over this direction, and going up these stairs. And as you can see, the staircase leads us right to the helmet. And that, of course, will be our 8th of 9 helmets for this entire mission. Thank God. Moving on from this helmet, we're actually going to go continuing on with the mission, go on across this area right over here, and we're going to have to do a little more mission progressing. And we're going to head on up over here. As you can see, there will be some drones that will come down. Just make sure you take them down quickly. And you can move on across, head up this staircase. I should probably fast forward this a bit, but oh well, this entire guide's over 25 minutes already. Yay. And we're going to head on across over this direction, go across, head on up over this direction, and as you can see, the helmet is right there. So we're actually going to do a little walk-in, perilous walking. You can actually just crouch walk across here, or you can just walk normally, and that'll be our 9th helmet for this mission, and that'll complete that one. Next, we're on Trial by Fire. Now, we have started shortly after we have completed the breach section. So we're going to actually come across, you'll see these generators. What we have to do is actually jump out of our Titan and come on over here, and that'll be our first of 3 helmets for Trial by Fire. After we have done that, we'll get into this section over here. Now, if you recognize this one, this is where I did Hat Trick. So, as you can see, there's the truck, and right after it will be the crates. Now, by these crates, there is a cable that runs through here. Follow this cable, and it'll lead you to this little under area which you can jump up here and you can grab the helmet. And it'll be our second of 3. So, after we have gotten to the elevator, again, consult Hat Trick if you haven't already. This will be where North Star is. Now, this will be our final helmet for this section of the game, again, of Trial by Fire. 3 for this one. Not many, but there's quite a bit. So we're going to jump out over by this area right here. Make sure you don't get trampled by your ally. It doesn't really kill you on lower difficulties, but, you know, obviously on higher difficulties, I don't know. So hiding up here will be the helmet, and that'll be number 3 of 3 for Trial by Fire. Moving on, we are on the Ark. As you can see already, you can see the first helmet out in the distance. We have to get across to here. Now again, this is normal story progression, and once you get across, you can actually take out some of these guys if you really want to. Like I take out that guy real quick. And I'm going to go on and jump across, and once you in fact get across, you'll actually see a little bit of a time skip here because I had to redo this 4 times because the timing was not perfect. And again, what we have to do is actually where that guy was, not this guy, over by this general direction, this guy right here, and we're going to have to jump across here. This gets a little annoying because you have to do it just right, and it'll be our first of 3 for this mission. The second one in this mission is completely missable. This is one of those ones you do have to go out of your way. So we're going to wait for our allies to come on over and jump. Why they don't already do it, I don't know. So this will be the second section where you completely kill the AA guns. Once you kill the AA guns, you will then have to continue onwards. Do whatever option you really want to for that. What you have to do, though, as soon as Sarah's dropship comes over with her Titan, she's going to come on over, and the doors will be open. We need to move now. Go on and jump on over, jump on the wing, and get into the back over here, because there's the helmet, and you have to run and jump or whatever to get on over here, and there will be your second of 3. Now, for the third of 3, we're actually continue on with the mission. We can actually just jump precariously over here, and that'll get us over here. And then what we now have to do is, I sped this up a bit, you have to get to the very back. That's where the final helmet is for this mission, and that'll make this a lot easier. Go ahead and go on back, and head to the very back over here, next to a dropship that the IMC has, and you can go ahead and pick up the final helmet for the Ark. Now for the final mission, the fold weapon. So we are now in this first area, the first open area where you kill a bunch of enemies where there's a turret, so A30. What we have to do is get on up there. Now you can wall run up there. What I did is I wall ran off the A30, jumped to the cable, jumped back and forth until I got on top here. And then what we have to do is we have to wall run and double jump several times in order to get up here. And once we do in fact get up here, this will be our first of 3 helmets for the fold weapon. Now after you get your Titan, and also this is the area where you get Annihilation, make sure you remember that. We have to go into, as you can see this area, Access 75 or Access 76, I can't really see off the top of my head. But anyway, we're going to come over here to these crates, come on and jump on up them. Come on over here, jump over to this area, and we're gonna walk on over here. And once we do, we can grab the helmet. This will be our second of 3 and second to last helmet. Yay! So for our final one, we are now in this area. Now, if you remember from the previous mission, there was this little hologram room. We're in the hologram room. So what we're gonna do is head up to this second area where you can see R5. That's where we have to go. So go on and jump up here. And we're going to have to jump up here, do a little more jumping on top of some pipes. And there is the final helmet. Yay, am I right or am I right? So we're going to get on up here. Once we do, we're going to jump in and grab this helmet. Now, again, I had some issues with achievements, but it did in fact get the icon to unlock, as you can see right here, for a whopping 90 gamer score. So yay, am I right? So anyway, that is all 46 Titan helmets, and there you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. If this helped you, hit like. If you do in fact want to see more, why not go over to my channel, check out some of my other stuff, hit subscribe, or you can check out the previous video where I actually did do Annihilation, or was it Close Shave. And as always, have a great, beautiful day, and hopefully I'll see you guys all next time.